All right, there we go. We are officially live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris, and this is my channel, We Love Comics. It is now exactly 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Welcome on the 26th of July, 2019. This video, I'm going to show you one of the comics. I haven't had time to put the some of the other stuff up for sale yet, because, especially if you're new to my channel, I'm selling some of my comics and a couple of 1-ounce precious metal bars to help with the bills and things for Luna, and also to get to our house. We are at about the halfway point at this point, so I'm really positive about the direction we're going. And a couple of people asked about, I showed it in a video a couple of days ago, my Avengers 196, the first full Taskmaster. A couple of people were asking about it. I just didn't have time to put it up on the website. It's there now, so if anybody's interested, you can get it, but I am going to show it here on the camera, and I'm also going to show people how you could find this stuff just in case, because if you share my links, it definitely does help. And also, I am doing a contest. Not many people saw the video, where I'm giving away up to 3 of my comic book mystery boxes. And if you want the details to that, go check it out, because, I mean, if you refer my website and you enter the contest and somebody says they were referred to my web store and buy something because of you, the package, the mystery package, will actually go better and better as far as the comics are concerned. So I posted the link if you want to share that to my actual web store. But before I show the actual comic, I want to show you how you can visit my web store if you can't have access to the link I just provided. They're also in the description of this and every video, and I always put them at the top, and I pin them to my comment section. So I'm going to put this on so you can see. Now, all you have to do is you first go to my main page. So when you see my banner and the We Love Comics, all you have to do is see right here, it says Cashback Program, which I highly recommend to sign up for. It's free to do. The mystery boxes are right here. There's also Patreon, Facebook, and this is a deal I have with mycomicshock.com. So if you click on that and order anything, I do get a referral fee, and I think they give you a 5% discount. I'm not sure if that's still accurate. You have to check, because they change stuff all the time. But if you click on here, it's going to open up to my web store. So I want to show this especially for the newer people, and then I'm going to show the actual comic so you could see a little bit about it, because it's actually there's only one little defect. The rest is all pressable. So as you can see, this is my website. I sell a lot of different things that I make. Everything's homemade. Now these are the precious metal bars, the gold and silver bars, and you can see the gold and palladium. I'm selling these under spot. They're either at or under spot, and palladium right now is around $1,540. So I'm selling it under spot. But if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, I'll show you, not completely to the bottom, you're going to see right here the graded and ungraded comic book mystery boxes. So the first couple are the different mystery boxes, and you'll start seeing, I'm going to show you all the comics that are still available that have not been sold yet. So you got Amazing Spider-Man number 21, PGX 7.0, Darth Vader number 3, the 1 in 25 variant, the Star Wars 2 Miss Marvels, both graded 8.0, 1 CGC and 1 CBCS. So you can see here, you're going to hit the show more button, and it'll show more of my books. Strange Tales 110, first appearance of Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange 2 is already going to be, it's already confirmed for Phase 4. That's going to be a very valuable book. I haven't raised the price, so as of now, I'm keeping it that price. But if it starts really getting up there because of the movie being confirmed, the price will go up, so take advantage of it. That is a graded book, by the way. This one, Batman 100, CGC 7.0. It has a double cover. Only 2 known copies exist. My Wolverines 9, with not only a Herb Trimp signature, but also a sketch, and there's like 8 other signatures. Batman Damned number 2, that's a CGC 10.0. Somebody asked about Edge of Spider-Verse 2. Here's a CGC 9.8. Amazing Spider-Man 3 was actually just sold, so I have to take that off the website. But Batman 121, First Mr. Freeze, Captain America 65, Golden Age. bunch of Stan Lee signature books. As you can see, this one's got over 10 signatures on it. Harley Quinn 0. These are all the signature books. But you keep hitting. This one has Stan Lee. It's got 4 other signatures in it. Keep hitting the show more button and it'll show more of the comics. Hawkman #1, Avengers #2. People were asking about the Ultimate Fallout 4. I have 2 copies left. I'm selling an Amazing Spider-Man 101. A giant-size X-Men #1. Not the one you saw the other day. It's a lower-graded book. You can see there's some tears in it and everything. But, you know, once they announce the X-Men, forget it. That book's going to skyrocket. This one I'm surprised hasn't been taken. Tales of Suspense number 52, graded a 7.0 with white pages. I mean, with the Black Widow movie coming up, I mean, that book. Iron Man #1, this is Civil War, dual signed CGC 9.9, Mike Turner signature. Captain America, first Falcon with the TV show. Amazing Spider-Man 13, first Mysterio. Amazing Spider-Man 20, first Scorpio. Tales of Suspense number 40. And here is Avengers number 196. So all you have to do is, if you're interested, you click on it. And you could go right here, view more. I put a little description and everything, but I show the pictures. See, that's the major defect of the book, right there. There's about an inch-long color-breaking crease at the tip of the bottom corner. And you can see right here, there's some bends, but these do not break color. So a pressing would absolutely help this book. There's the back. It's got a little bit of dirt right there. And the major defect on the back is right there. A little BB-sized little dirt stain. You know, there's a little bit of minor foxing, as you can see. But a dry cleaning can help. It may not get that spot out. But here's another one. This is like what you saw on the other side, only it does not break color. So this could be easily pressed out. So I would say this book is about a 7.5 to an 8.0 range. Because the spine is completely flat. It's got full gloss. You could see the colors. So I have one available for sale if somebody's interested in it. I just wanted to show people how easy it is to get to the site. Please check out the contest that I'm doing, because I am going to be giving away up to 3 of my mystery boxes. You just have to watch the video for details, so check that out. So a couple of people asked for some of these books. They're still for sale, and remember, the proceeds are going towards helping Luna out, which she's starting to do, you know, much better. And but she's going to be on lifetime medication, but also for her special foods and all the other stuff. But mainly it's for us to get a home. And like I was saying, we're about the halfway point. Gorilla Grodd says, do you have a payment plan? What I can do is this. If somebody, because somebody did this once. If somebody can, like, do half a deposit and can pay the other half the next month, because I need to get this money by next month. Normally, I would have been more flexible, but then again, if I wasn't buying a house, I wouldn't be selling any of my comics. But if somebody was able to put half the money down, I will hold it for a month for them so they can pay the other half. So I did have somebody that left a deposit and said they would pay for the rest of it the next month. That I have no problem with. If that helps you, that's no problem. So what I would do is I would take that off the website so no one else could buy it. So it's kind of like one of those old school layaway programs, but it would have to be 2 payments because, like I said, I'm doing this to get the house, so I got to get the money within the next 30 to 35 days. So I'm sure most people would understand because, I mean, like I said, if I wasn't trying to get a house, I wouldn't even be selling any of these comics. I'm doing it because, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So let me do today's surprise subscriber shout out. I don't want to do this too long. If you're just getting in now, I give you details of where you can find everything. I am doing that contest, so please check that out. Sequential Geek, as of now, because of some of my haters out there, I am not going to mention where I'm moving. If and when we do get the house, I will mention at least the state. But I will say that I am moving out of New York. But please understand that because of some people want to wish harm for me because I collect comics and have a different opinion of comics, I'm kind of keeping that to myself at the moment. So thank you for understanding that. It's just you guys that have been following my channel for a while know the abuse that I have to put up with. So I have to think of my family's safety. So thank you for that. But once, well, knock on wood, we will get the house. I'm not going to say if. I want to be very positive about this. And like I said, I need to come up with about $20,000 within 35 to 40 days. I've already gotten halfway there. I'm basically selling everything that I love, even more than comics, to make this happen. It's not easy. Some of the stuff I'm almost giving away because I'm selling it for a lot less than what they're valued as, because that sells things quickly and I have to get the money quickly. But I'm making sure it gets done. And hopefully this will show people, to maybe inspire them to know that sometimes you could lose almost everything and still find a way out. So if I can make this, considering about 2 months ago I lost all my DJ jobs, we've been literally spending thousands upon thousands of dollars saving our cat's life. We have about 45 days or so, give or take, to have a new home. And I had to come up with about $20,000 in cash to be able to just start with the deposit and get that straightened out. And I had about $300 in my bank account. So to be able to get about halfway there and still have about 35, maybe 40 days with all those situations happening, if that doesn't help inspire people that you can do anything. And that's the amazing thing about comic books, and that's one of the reasons why I tell people all the time, get multiple copies. So if a scenario ever happens where you need to come up with some money and you have some very expensive books, it's not always easy to get some of them, obviously. But if you can, let's say, for example, you were just fortunate enough to have 2 Hulk 181s. Well, if you have to sell one, you could make some quick money on that because, especially when they announce the fact that he's going to be in a Marvel movie, it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. If you only had one, that's going to sting because now you no longer own one. But if you happen to have a double of it and you have to sell one, well, then you still have it. And that makes it a little bit easier. That's why 90% of the comics that I'm selling are duplicates. Some of them, you gotta, like they say, you gotta break a couple of eggs if you want to make an omelet. So some of them I'm sacrificing, but I'm not selling my key books, like my Fantastic Four #1, or my X-Men #1, or my Hulk 181s. I'm not touching those right now because it would be crazy to sell those right now. But anytime you can get multiple copies of a book, you could use it to trade for somebody to get a comic you want. Or if you have to sell 1 or 2, it doesn't sting as much. Because trust me, take it from a person that lost literally, at this point, probably $100,000 worth of comics that got stolen from me back in 2001. They were all high-grade books. I know what it's like to have them and then they're gone and you have none of them anymore. And it took me 30 years to get most of them back. Nowhere near the grades that I used to have, but I still have them. So I want to show people that through this experience of this, and that's why I'm not afraid to put myself out there with all the things that I've been going through, because I want people to see that, I hit rock bottom. Like I said, I made a video that I deleted where I basically had a little bit of a mental breakdown with all the things that were going on. Had a person that I thought was a friend kind of, well, we won't even get into that. But I ended up hitting rock bottom thinking that's the end and I give up. And that lasted about a day. And now I'm halfway towards my goal with still about 35 or 40 days left to be able to come up with the other half. And you guys have been really kind and very understanding and very helpful. And that's why I want to do that contest. So I hope people will join in. Because like I said, my comic book mystery boxes have 20 comics in them. And I'll mail them domestically. And what I said was anybody internationally, I will send them one comic, but it won't be some garbage comic. It'll be something you're going to be happy with. So, I try and do what I can to give back. And people appreciate my advice. The fact that I don't edit my videos to make myself look perfect. I don't pretend to be someone I'm not. I'm not one of those people that, all over YouTube, the people that pretend that they're all happy-go-lucky and smiling and everything's wonderful when life just isn't that way. I don't want to show a facade, because that's fake. Some people may not like me for who I am, but you know what? It's who I am. It's not somebody wants me to be. So I think there are people that come here that appreciate that. And they know the comics that they're buying from me, most of them they've either seen on a video or know they're from my original collection, and you guys know I take care of my books. So this Avengers book, I haven't had since I was a kid, but I bought this a couple of years ago, and I've been storing it the proper way ever since. And I bought it with that one little defect. But like I said, most of the quote-unquote defects, they're all wrinkles that don't break color. A pressing will absolutely clean that book up. And this book is just going to get hotter and hotter, because remember, yes, they did the announcement that Taskmaster is going to be in the movie. But you know what'll happen once they do a teaser trailer where they show him, and then the regular trailer. The book still has plenty of room to go up. So this is a very hot book that's only going to get hotter. And since people asked, I wanted to put it up. So it is on the website. First person that, goes and gets it will get it. And then check out all the other books. And don't forget, I also have those precious metals. I'm selling 2 1-ounce palladium bars, which are about $30 to $40 under spot. So if you know what that means, you're a precious metals collector. If you don't, I highly recommend researching it. And my 5 1-ounce gold bars, which are at or just below spot price. And if I could sell all 7 of those, that pretty much guarantees that unless we don't get approved, I can get the money for that house. And plus, it's going to cost us money to move, because, hiring movers is not exactly a dollar venture. That's going to cost some money. I'm not looking forward to that. But thank God we're not moving all the way across country like to California or anything. But, even if you move next door and you hire movers, they don't do it for free. So we've calculated everything. It's within reason. You guys are helping. And I love the fact that if I have to sell some of my comics, they're going to people who love comics. Like I said, the other day, one of my subscribers bought my Batman 227. And their video, and I hope they post the link if they see this, that was their personal holy grail that they were trying to get for years. But the prices were too expensive or the grades were too low. And they kept saying how happy they were that they had my book. Now, I have to be honest, seeing my book in the hands of somebody else's, that was a little weird and hard to kind of take at first. But knowing that that person was so happy about it made it easier. So we'll put it that way. So I love my comics, and if you're one of the people that are kind of like a hoarder like me in that sense, you kind of get an attachment to the things that you own. Like they say, you don't own your possessions own you. Probably why the word possess is in the word possessions. So it's been very emotional seeing a lot of my books going, because I don't really want to sell them, but my family is more important than my own personal love for something. I love my cat and I love my wife more than I love my comics. And I'm sure any of you would think the same thing. I don't care how much you love comics, you would be a crazy person if you put your comics above your family or your children or anything like that. And if you had to do this to save your family in one way, shape, or form, you wouldn't think twice. Yes, it sucks. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it's not fun. And yes, it's something I don't want to do. But like I said, luckily I have about 30 to 35,000 comics in my collection. I can afford to get rid of a couple. And once I get this house, I can get back on track to the comics videos I know you guys love and want. Because trust me, I don't want to do these videos too much longer. Once I get into that house and I have myself financially situated, and I know my cat's okay, and we got all our medicines, and we had to take her back to the doctors to make sure we did a checkup. And by the way, they said she's really doing well. She's got her appetite back. She's eating everything under the sun. Of course, we're giving her nothing but raw food and organic foods now. My biggest advice I can give anybody that owns any kind of animal, do not give them dry food. I have a video I did about 2 or 3 weeks ago on this very channel. It's about a 50-minute video that talks about how you can prevent your animals from ever having happened to what's happening with my animal. I hope people watch it. There's only been about 350 to 400 views on that video. That's what type of video that should go viral. But unfortunately, YouTube doesn't want stuff that helps people out there. They want the stuff that basically keeps people occupied. So hopefully you'll check that out. So one last time, I'm going to put the link to the website. If you cannot get anything, believe me, I understand. But if anybody can be kind enough to post the links on their social networks to help out, it would really be appreciated. And I just want to show people that if you put your heart and soul into something, and if you know that you can get something done, you will do everything in your power to make it happen. I tell people, get rid of luck, get rid of wishing, and all that other stuff, and believing. There's a reason why there's the word lie in the middle of believe. Stop believing and start knowing. I don't believe I'm going to get that house. I know I'm going to get it. And if I don't get that particular house, it's going to be in that particular area that I'm looking for. So being positive is a lot better than being negative, because trust me, we've all done it. And like I said, if you saw that deleted video that I did where I had my little, nervous breakdown kind of situation, that's rock bottom. So the good thing about rock bottom is you can only go up from there. And if this inspires one person to see all the things I've gone through, and not only go through all that, but have people in this quote-unquote community that would wish harm and do everything in their power to discredit and lie about me and still be able to succeed. And to me, success is not being Donald Trump or, some multi-billionaire. Me, success is being able to have my family healthy and happy, and we're in a place that makes us, glad we're there. I don't need to have $1 million home. I don't need to have 10 yachts and a Lamborghini. It'd be nice, but to me, that's not the ultimate success. So if you put your goals realistic, if you never give up, and even when you have the bad times and you get knocked down, you find the strength and courage to stand back up again. If I could teach one person on this channel to do that, just imagine how good that makes me feel. Because not for nothing, this is a comic book channel. Most comic book channels are not about trying to inspire you. They're about either selling you comics or showing you comics. This channel is way more than just that. So if you got inspired by some stranger that you've never met on a comic book channel, if that doesn't tell you your life is guided in a way that's trying to help you, there's nothing more I could really convince of any of those people. So thank you for listening. I always appreciate those that are willing to stick around, especially when I go on my little rants. If you're one of my power viewers, again, I don't know how you sit through all my long videos, but if you do, make yourself known. Like my Mr. Comics 86, Harvey Abel, a lot of different people. And I want to give today's surprise subscriber shout out to Sequential Geek and the immortal Biggie Shack. So we're going to do a dual one today. And we're going to give a third. We'll do Steve and Spock. So Spock only eats natural. And that's, trust me, good way to go. And also do that for your animals. So thank you very much and everything. And Harvey says, have you considered a page just for your comics and medals? Well, because I have that site and that website doesn't charge me anything, that's why I put it there. Because if I have to spend a lot of money to put that stuff up, then it's kind of defeating the purpose. So I'm sure most people understand it. It's, it is what it is, but sometimes you got to make do with what you got. If the world, like they say, if the world hands you lemons, make lemonade. Or at the very worst, if somebody's making fun of you that you have lemons, throw it in their head or squeeze the juice in their eye. I'm kidding, by the way. Thanks for listening, guys and girls. I really appreciate it. Your thumbs up will show the support. If you could share this video or at least the links, that would be awesome. If you do get any of my comics or the precious metals, know that you will never see what I've shown in my videos, and many of you have gotten from people like on eBay that send you a book with no protection. There's a reason why I love comics, and I want to send them the way I want to get them. So anybody that's ordered from me in the past couple of weeks, read some of the comments. Every one of them says how well they were packaged and how quickly they got there, because I will send them priority mail within 24 business hours of payment. So I'm usually the very next day, I've already had them packaged and sent out. And as a matter of fact, my last order that I just mailed out the other day, they messaged me at 2 o'clock in the morning about it, and I'm already packing it by the time they sent the payment. So by the time the payment was sent to me, it was already packed up, ready to go. So you'll get it quick, and you'll get it secure. And that's a good thing about talking and dealing with somebody that does and loves comics. So even though I've said it 50 times, I'm going now. give a shout out to the shoutouts. And Monk says a very good thing. Always use protection, and you can use that in many different ways than just comics. So thanks for listening, guys. Good luck to the one person that ends up buying that book. And don't forget, it is not you, it's not I, it is We Love Comics. Have a great day, everybody. I will see you next video, and have a great weekend.